Hi, I'm Patrick Daychilds. A lot of you probably don't know me. You're probably used to Dan. So Dan's got a child at the minute and he's finding it really hard to upload content. I also have two children, but Dan's is much younger. So he's put me in charge of kind of adding some stuff to the YouTube channel and just try and keep content updated. As you probably noticed, I'm a little bit nervous. It's been a while since I've done any camera work, so bear with me. I've worked with Dan many years. This video is basically just going to be a really simple 5-minute kind of Jediism concept kind of thing. So when we get approached by the media, by students, journalists, that kind of stuff, they usually say either they've got a word limit or they know their readers won't read a huge article. So they say, have we got a short principle thing that we can send them? I say, okay, well, we do Jediism in a nutshell, as I call it, which is basically just 5 key things that we look at in Jediism. So hopefully the video won't be too long and it'll be somewhat interesting. So most of you are aware of the Jedi Code. If not, you can find it quite easily, but I'll run through it and I'll explain what each one means to a Jediist in the Church of Jediism. So the first part of our mantra, the Jedi Code, is emotion yet peace. Now, there are 2 versions that you'll find, importantly. There is no emotion, there is peace, and there is emotion yet peace. I think one is by Obi-Wan. But essentially, we prefer the yet versions because we're humans. So, emotion yet peace basically means we've got emotions, we're human, it's important we understand those emotions. So we encourage our followers and people interested in Jediism, and indeed everyone, to look at cognitive behavioural therapy, and that's the kind of idea that you can understand your emotions by asking why. So you get angry, why am I angry? You're driving down the road, you can't get to where you want to go because someone in front of you is slow. You start getting cross about it and you say, okay, why am I angry? I'm angry because I can't get there. How important is it that I get there on time? And is it really logical to get angry when you're in a car? It's not. People do, but yeah. Our second one is ignorance yet knowledge. So I do have notes. I know this will come up in the comment section. I have issues with part of my brain called the hippocampus. It means that I forget stuff. So I've gone over these notes about 80 times and every time I forget them, even now. Ignorance yet knowledge. So we encourage all our members to try and spend at least 10 minutes a day trying to learn something new. Now that can be anything. It can be trivia, it can be new skill, anything like that. But it's important that you constantly try and learn something new. I try and push people away from the trivia side because then people kind of, it's not necessarily a very helpful skill, but it can be turned into something helpful. And then at the end of the day, when you've learnt more of your skill, or, even if it is a bit of trivia, you can look back and tick off in your mind, okay, I only spent 10 minutes doing it, but that's something new that I've learnt. For me, it's all about, physical stuff. I have to learn new physical, kind of techniques and that kind of stuff through martial arts, because I can never retain information. Passion yet serenity. So a big part of Jediism is taking something you're passionate about and turning it into something helpful and good for the people. So I've always been keen on video games, really keen on video games. And I kind of thought, what can I do with this to help other people? So I now run something called the Southampton Game Fest. And through the Game Fest, we help indie developers, teams of tiny teams. Like, I think there's just one guy making this game. And after coming to our event, he got picked up and, people started really noticing, they wrote about his game and all this kind of stuff. Students come to us as well, they can't afford to showcase at massive events, so they come to us, usually local, but it's a good step for people to, climb up the ladder in the games industry and get the name out there and the game out there and get feedback. We also donate some of the money to charity, so that's, helpful. But anything you do, you are passionate about, you can turn into something that helps other people. What's important is that, yes, you have time for yourself and your passions, even if they're, good passions that, help make you healthy and that kind of stuff. But you need to also dedicate time. You basically need to separate your time and have the time management skills to give yourself opportunities across the board and grow as a person. Chaos yet harmony. So Chaos yet harmony. With Passion yet Serenity, we always say, try and make a timetable. Now, we encourage this for everyone. It's psychology. If you have a timetable, kids find it really helpful, and that carries through to adulthood. If you have a timetable, it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't even have to be to a minute, but if you have a rough idea of what you're going to do every day, it kind of makes your mental stability a bit better. But we think that it's important to have a level of flexibility on that. So you can't say, I will go this exact place every Saturday. So, you can say, I will go to a museum or a gallery, or better, I will have some me time on Saturday. Obviously, if that's something that's a bit, that will help you grow, that's better. But if your me time is you sitting and having an hour to yourself with just you and the television, then that's fine. Some people need that. Everyone's different. We also say that once you've done a few weeks of scheduled entertainment or scheduled fun, whatever you want to call it, when you've stuck to your timetable for a few weeks, try and mix it up just a little bit, just to keep things kind of ticking along. Throw a spanner in the works, change it up. You don't want to turn into a kind of machine. And then I believe, yes, definitely the force. So everyone you chat to, everyone you interact with, will have a print in their mind about you, and it'll be tiny if they don't know you very well. It'll be huge if they see you every day. So the way you interact with them will have a lasting impact, whether that's good or bad. I tend to say that no matter who you talk to, you can't necessarily make an experience terrible because they'll learn from it. If they don't learn from it, then that's not strictly true. But I'm starting to digress, and it's a big theoretical thing that we could argue about for hours, and I could sit here and argue with myself on the two sides of extremism. But yeah, so everyone we chat to, everyone we meet with, will have an impact on. We'll leave like a footprint on them, like a carbon footprint, but for people. So try and make it a good one. What you do, whether you have kids, whether you just help people, help charities, it will impact people after you die. So make sure that you do what you can to make a good impact. And that's basically it in a 5 minutes, little nutshell, I call it. But please, in the comment section, let me know any ideas you've got, anything you want to ask, because we get questions about this kind of multiple times a week, and it's always the same kind of response. So I thought a video that's open to people will be good, but I don't really know what else to do. Dan's kind of said, do your, push the YouTube bit. I thought, okay, but I don't really know what to say. I also have no technical abilities, so just be aware that the videos are going to be, pretty standard. Thanks. And may the force be with you.